Alright, I'm up here at the wood lot. This is all firewood. They're either logs that's got shit in them or logs that ain't really going to be worth taking for, no more than no more than there is of them taken for, saw logs. So anyhow, I'm going to use the 550 because it's got a semi-chisel chain on it. Some of this is dirty. I might use the 562, the stock 562 on some of this cleaner stuff because of it's got a chain with the stock one. I put one of those like extra drag chains, a safety bumper or whatever it is, or it's got the double raker or drag deal or whatever, depth gauge. That's why I wasn't taking these for logs. Because I knew that thing was going to be ridiculous. This is kind of dangerous standing up on this like this, but it really ain't no different than cutting when people's got them rigged up on the ground like this. Rather be at it on top of it than finish that cut directly. I guess I'll go get my 550. Here's the piece of wire I hit. That's why I didn't take that for a log. Look at that. I don't know where that come from. I didn't think it was in this one, but it might have been. Alright. 550 time. Toggle log just set this time. Stand down. I knew that was going to happen. Some things are coming off with it. Yeah, knocked my whole stand off over and everything. But what I'm doing is I'm staggering these so they don't roll on me. I can't cut the whole thing or the logs are liable to roll, you know. You get what I'm saying, people. Bring my tractor up here and then push them. First, I gotta clean up this cedar tree that somebody's going to block the end off with. Then I will push all this in a pile, a pizzazz. Got dirt on it. It's on the ground. Pants on the ground, pants on the ground. putting a new chain. I'm gonna get that ported 562 out. This is cutting good, but woo-wee. I've doled every chain I got somehow, and I hit the ground, hit that wire, and we're gonna get after it. But I'm gonna proceed to do this, so y'all get the gist. Once you get it figured out, it ain't really bad. I'd rather cut it like this than on the ground or whatever, so you can cut right at it. Alrighty then, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Alright, so I'm done. Here's my firewood take on that load, which if I move that bucket and double stack them like I normally do the logs, I can get a lot more on there. I need to move my bucket. I just hadn't took it off. But it ain't just a ton, but you know, it's a lot more than I could haul on a pickup bed load for sure. So probably two to 2.5 truck bed loads probably. And load it with a tractor. Didn't have to. Only time I had to handle it is just to, you know, roll it off the trailer. I really like that. And of course, you know, I've done it the hard way, splitting it, loading big rounds, splitting them down with a saw. But this setup here is gonna improve my speed on the firewood deal. Because what I want to do is that there is going to be already this firewood season, and some of this will be fairly good because the site was down when I cut it, you know, back in the winter of last year, and it'll about have a full year. That'll be a season and about a season and a half on that, year and a half on that, probably nearly 2 years maybe. And so anyway, I've got that, but I want to get a row like that, 2 of them, before I ever start telling that I'm gonna sell firewood product, because probably that's about, which it was all ricked up to that pine there and it knocked it over, so there's a rick or 2 laying under all that crap, or maybe a rick. But anyway, there's probably about every 3 posts is I think 3 rick. Yeah, it's 3 rick because those are 24. So there's 3, 6. There's about 9 rick right there. And you know, I get 18 rick a head, which ain't a ton. That's how we sell it. And I can keep going and splitting a little on, but you know, not last year I didn't sell any, but the year before I sold it, I only had like 6 or 7 rick a head. Crap, I hauled them in one day when the ice storm came. So I was cutting and I was splitting and taking. As soon as I get it done, I don't want to be like that. I just want to be able to come up here and load it up, haul it, unload it, and be done with it, and then work on it at my own leisure, you know, not be behind filling. But I'm pretty amazed with these saws, the Huskies. That can I've got only holds like 1.5 gallons of gas, and it was less than half full. And I even had some saws I had to fill up before I ever started. They was empty when I brought them, maybe both the 562s maybe. But anyway, I bet I didn't even use 1/2 gallon of fuel cutting all this, and the tree I fell and all the limit I did and whatnot. You know, all this. I think there's 2 saws maybe on empty, but still yet, that's nothing. They cut good, the 400C and the 500I do, but you know, they'd have been, I'd have used every bit of that. And it could be where they seem to be a little rich from the factory, and they, as I've ran that 500i, that 4-stroke or a little blurb, and it smokes excessively sometimes after you let it idle a bit or something like that, the 400C too. And you know, it may be trying to retune itself or whatever, but anyway, that to me says it's sort of rich, you know what I mean? Which these saws do it too, but the Huskies do, but not as bad. But anyway, the 500i's got some better, and I'm hoping the 400C does. The 462 that I had, it did not do that like that. I don't know what the difference is in them, but it did not do that. But the only difference is I left the screen in the bark box, the spark arrestor in the bark box on that 462. I took it out of the 400 and the 500. I don't know. Anyway, just want to show you a little bit of this and that. It ain't the safest way to cut the firewood or whatever. It's kind of dangerous if you ain't careful, but it ain't much different than people cutting off a pile that's piled up on the ground. You just got to kind of know what's holding what and make sure everything's good. So we'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.